Hey everybody, Mac and Mr. Approachable here, Damer Actual for OCR Kings, and we are super excited to announce that race season 2024
Yeah, that's right.
has begun. It is upon us with the Spartan SoCal trifecta weekend that is
That's
coming up
right.
this Saturday and Sunday, January 27th and 28th of 2024, out in Lake Perris, California.
That's
Actually,
right. So happy New
Paris.
Year
That's
and
right.
the season starts. So very excited about this.
Absolutely. So it's in Paris, California, but it's at the Lake Paris State Recreation Area.
Oh,
So sorry, I
this
misspoke there.
this one would be new to us.
It's a new spot
Yeah.
and it's a trifecta
I like the
weekend.
trifecta. That's nice.
So it's all three. I haven't seen that yet out there. Not maybe in a while. Not that I'm familiar with. It's pretty cool. You're getting all three flavors: the Sprint, the Super, and the Beast.
It's like
But
you could bang out your first trifecta right here.
right here and now. And, according to
Yeah.
Spartan's own website, this is a great spot for personal record. It's supposed to be relatively on the flat side, especially if you look at what I'm supposing is this beast area, flat as could be.
Yeah, look at the
So
end of that whole second half
super flat.
is a straight out sprint.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, but I think the most important news is, and we will jump right into it, the fact that there is a new obstacle.
I know. Thank you.
Thank goodness.
I don't know who Spartan was listening to. Probably all of us.
Couldn't imagine.
Sorry.
Where am I?
Every one of us racers out there have been begging for something new. And
Something
look at
new.
that number 10 on the map here.
Right. So before we get there, just if you haven't already, please consider liking and subscribing. It would really help to grow the channel and is, of course, always greatly appreciated. Thank you very much.
That's right.
So without further ado, just as you mentioned, Tamer, Mr. Approachable,
That's right.
let's zoom right into it. Okay. It is number 10,
Yep.
the lattice wall.
Lattice wall.
I don't know what that is. I have
Yeah,
no.
we were trying to do a little bit of research on it, and there's nothing.
There's nothing out there. I don't know.
Yes.
So that's exciting. An unknown. What could
Yep.
it be? Okay, so I'm thinking lattice, like on the bottom of a deck. What does that mean? You've got
Yeah.
handholds, almost like a side to
Yeah.
side net crossing thing. I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I mean, could it's in the beast, so I would kind of think that that is going to be
Something harder,
something
maybe?
harder, not just something like a wall that just has like instead of a flat full wall, it's just has like 2x6s or whatever, and then you've got a space to stand on each one. I hope
I,
it's not that, but
I hope it's something challenging.
yep.
That's exciting. I remember it's going back a while. The box, as far as I understand, as far as I knew, was unveiled at SoCal many years ago. So, SoCal is usually the first,
Yeah, the first yeah,
North,
that's right.
North American or at least, race in the United States for the season typically. And boom, they throw in that new obstacle somewhere in that race. And then it propagates and goes throughout the rest of the seasons and the rest of the venues. But it starts usually in SoCal.
That's
And
right.
maybe we're seeing that now with this, whatever it is, lattice wall.
Yep.
So that is good news. The bad news is that it's only for the beast.
Yes, that's the
So
bad news. And the other bad news is everything else looks very familiar.
pretty much the same. It's all the same familiar ones that
The
we
batting
all
order
know.
is pretty different,
It's
but
different, and they've
yeah.
changed all of those folks who were ready and relying on getting a bucket carry picture. I'm sorry. Seems like
That's
you're
right.
out of luck here.
That's right.
You're going to have to rely on the other 52,000 bucket carry pictures you might have amassed in years gone by. No pictures there. Batting order is different, as you mentioned, but, some of the familiars right off the bat, hurdles, over walls. The box is early on. It's early on, and it's for the
Yeah.
Super
Yep.
and the Beast. You folks doing a sprint, you're not getting the box. If you're
Yeah,
considering
so if you
a
just
Super
look at
for the
like the
first time.
sprint So
What's what you're gonna get?
we're looking at the map right now and just looking at the red, which is the sprint. So you've got hurdles and 4 foot walls. And then the next one is the multi-rig. So even that's pretty high in the order. That's typically right towards the end of a
Toward the
typical
end.
sprint. So they
Absolutely.
definitely move that one up. And it was like dunk walls right in the middle. That's at number 15. So you're getting wet on the sprint about halfway through. And rope climb immediately after dunk wall. So
Nice and slippery
that's
wet.
interesting. It makes the
Yeah.
rope climb a little bit more challenging. It's going to be slick, and depending on the terrain in between the two, it could be muddy. And I was
No,
like,
no fire jump. Notice that? That seems to be a
yeah, but
SoCal thing.
that's
No,
kind of a
no
California
fire
thing,
out there.
right? Yep. Because when
Makes
our
sense because
last
dry.
visit, they did
Yeah,
not have that either.
that is correct. We'll put a link to that video, as a matter of fact, down below if you want to see some obstacles out there. Um, and if you haven't done a super already and you're considering doing so, we've got a video what to expect at a super. What's the difference between a sprint and a super and a beast? Well, in a word or two, starting with the super, you really get like those signature cool
Yeah,
obstacles.
some cooler, more challenging
The
obstacles,
box,
definitely.
bender, stairway, beater. You're not getting those in the sprint.
Yep.
So if you've done a sprint and you're thinking about doing a super, you should really get on board and try that out. If you're doing the trifecta this weekend, that is fantastic. I
Yeah,
can't wait to see what the reports are and what the feedback is going to be from this event.
that's
Looks pretty
right.
pretty flat toward the end. Straight shot for definitely half the beast and the entirety of the other two races.
Yeah, I
Just
mean,
straight line.
you are right on that shoreline right there.
Yep. So that is going to be great. Unfortunately, we're going to miss it this year. Timing just didn't work out. We're going to be stuck
Yes,
here, or at least I am, in the frozen Northeast.
that's right.
Yeah, shoveling and dealing with ice and snow and everything. So I hope the weather is great. I didn't get a chance to look at the weather conditions, but this is going to be fantastic. Kicking off the season right with a brand new obstacle.
Yep.
Can't wait to hear more. We're not going to see you guys out there, but we
Yes.
hope we will later in the season.
Yep, definitely. And if you are at this one, definitely comment and let us know what you think of the course, what you think of the venue, and what you think of the new obstacle.
Absolutely. Good luck. Have a good race. Enjoy. Hope to see you later in the year. And until that time, remember, as always, train hard.
Have fun.